So today's Brik's 4th day birthday, and today we had an appointment with the pediatrician. We had to be there at 9:20 a.m. I was up at 5 a.m. feeding Brik, pumping. It's a lot more work when you have a baby to get ready. Usually I just get up an hour before my appointment, not like 4 or 5 hours, because I want to make sure I had enough milk for him. Make sure he was satisfied, not crying, he was full, clean diaper, clean clothes, cleaned up. Make sure he didn't have crusty milk underneath his neck. Had to clean him up a bit because sometimes it just slides underneath that double chin. So we cleaned him up, and then Michael was our chauffeur. I rode back with Brik, of course. And we went to our pediatrician, Dr. Barron. She was super sweet. It was recommended by my sister-in-law because my 2 nieces go to her. And we went to the appointment, and we filled out some paperwork. It's pretty crazy filling out paperwork for your child. It was the first time. What's your child's name? It's on behalf of my son. Very, very different. Filled out some paperwork. We got called back to the room. They went ahead and did some measurements with him and weighed him. And when he was born, he was 7.4 pounds. And so, of course, he lost some of his weight. He's right back at 7.3 within 4 days. So he's only an ounce off, which is really cool. So the pediatrician was very excited that he's almost at his weight, because she said it usually takes about a week or 2 to do that. She checked him out. Everything looked good, except for he did, of course, when he left the hospital, he has some jaundice levels. So she wanted to do a test. We were waiting for a while for the nurse to come back in, because you got to warm up the heel to make sure the blood flow goes a lot easier. I was there for the first one at the hospital, so I was hoping Michael would be there with me for the second one, but he decided to go get food because we were hungry. And so he went to Cane's, and I stayed with Brik, and I had to hold him while he got his little foot pricked again. And they had to push the blood out because they had to get a certain amount of blood. But afterwards, he did cry, but not like screaming, which is really good. He just kind of cried on and off. And then I cuddled him so he would stop crying. And then I laid him down to put his clothes on. And then he peed on the blanket, which I have no idea how it came out of his diaper. I was like looking around like, how did this come out? Where did it come out from? Because I couldn't find any wetness except for on the blanket. And I knew it was his pee. And I was like, okay, changed his diaper again. And then put his clothes on. Michael said, oh, I'm here with Cane's. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. You got to do something happy while I'm holding our son. While he's getting pricked. So we went down, and Michael chauffeured us back. We ate some Cane's. Came back, and I pumped again and fed Brik. And then I was so tired because I was up at 5 in the morning, and took a little nap. Michael was working on some other cool stuff, and then Michael's mom came over, and she brought some books for Brik. She brought some beautiful roses from her garden, and she also brought this beautiful gift from one of her friends that her grandmother knitted, or her mother. I apologize, I'm not sure, but I know she was in her 90s. She knitted a cap and a baby blanket, and it's blue, and it's super duper cute. So we'll definitely be using that on Brik. And then we all decided to go on a walk. And once we started going on the walk, Brik started getting a little fussy. And I was like, we're almost out of breast milk. And it's okay. It's okay. Oh, it's okay. Oh, I don't know if he doesn't want it. Okay. And so I came back and started pumping, called my mom because I had to run to the store to see if she wanted to go with me. So Michael, our cute dog Alice, our sweet boy Brik, and his mom went on a fun little walk so he can get some sun. And they came back, and then of course I got a call from our pediatrician saying his jaundice levels are pretty high. So they delivered a blanket. It's the light blanket that lights up really bright. It reminds me of E.T. And let's see. Does he still want it? Maybe maybe he doesn't want it. It's okay. Maybe he's full. Oh my goodness. got burped up just a bit. But we came back from they came back from their fun walk. I had food ready for Brick. He was hungry, so his mom fed him. And of course, he went number 2 again. So his mom changed the diapers. We didn't have to change them. And then the funny thing was I checked my email, and we finally got his birth certificate information. And they said, oh, if there's any mistakes, let us know. And somehow they spelled my name wrong, which I know I didn't write it like that. But they spelled it Aasley. And I was like, this is mistyping, because I had to do it within 24 hours. So I was able to get back to him pretty fast.
Speaking of making mistakes, friends, we made a large mistake, which turned into quite the adventure. Ashley was feeling a little bit tired, and so was I. And she took it upon herself, since she could not find the bottle warmer for the breast milk, she took it upon herself to put a plastic bottle in the microwave with breast milk in it. Now, I'm not sure if this is, kosher or not. I don't really know the details on plastic bottles, but I'm not willing to chance it. So, this is how it turned into adventure. We thought to ourselves, well, we don't feel comfortable giving this to Brick, but on the same hand, we don't want to waste this breast milk. At first, we thought, let's give it to Alice, but then we thought, wait a second, this stuff's like gold. So we thought, hey, well, mostly I did. I thought, well, I should taste it. I am a little bit curious here. So I tasted it, and it actually tastes very sweet. It tastes like light vanilla ice cream. So then I started to drink it, but then I felt selfish because Ashley is going through a surgery, and I know how much nutrients this milk has in it. And some of you guys might be grossed out by this, but technically, I think it was a good chess move. She chose to drink it herself. Now, when you drank that milk, did you feel better? I mean, how did it make a difference?
It just tastes a little bit like ice cream, like a little bit bland ice cream. That was different. So I don't feel any different right now, because it was only maybe, oh my goodness, not that much at all, like a teeny bit, because you drink a lot of it. So
anyway, I was thinking about it. It tastes so good, and I felt a lot better when I drank it. So I was thinking about starting a side business with all my world champion wrestling friends and weightlifters. I was thinking about maybe $1,000 a bottle. What do you guys think? Hey, obviously I'm kidding, but I'm surprised people don't sell it, because it is very powerful stuff. All right, so then after that, after we drank the breast milk, what ended up happening, Ash?
Well, then your mom came over, and of course you guys went on the walk. She brought us those gifts. And then later on, my mom, I went to go pick her up. We went to the store because I needed some items. Because going to the bathroom, which is probably too much information, is not very fun when you've had a lot of surgery down there. So I had to get some more items for that. And then I went to Panda. So me and Michael had Panda Express, came back, and then my mom came over because of course she wanted to see the baby as well and hold them. She's really good with babies. She's good at holding them and knowing how to wrap them and everything. I'm still working on how to wrap babies. I'm not very good at it. And then and then Michael was doing music with Brick. So we were in there. We did a few of our songs. How'd that go?
That was amazing. Using the loop machine with Brick, and he's having great success. And then also we did Spanish, Japanese, of course, and we did scales. Out of the 3 different disciplines, I'm spending the most time on the scales, just because I don't want him to get too confused with all the different languages, but I do want him exposed to the different sounds they make. So we're just going to start off slow on the languages, but we're jumping right into the scales. We're going to make this guy the next Beethoven, if you will. So that went well. And then after that, we basically had to wait for the machine. The machine was supposed to get here a lot sooner.
We got the machine a little bit later than we expected, but we got Brick on it, which was pretty good. The pediatrician told me to supplement formula, which is like 1 ounce, which did not go very well at all. Brick threw it up like it was like a waterfall. I felt so bad. So we are not doing the formula. I believe he has an allergic reaction to it. We'll just go get the drops.
Honestly, I don't think it's an allergic reaction. If you have a choice, do not give your kids formula. Only give them breast milk. Because we already know the nutritional differences, but we have other friends and family that have young ones, and they spit up the formula all the time, constantly spitting it up. Brick never, I think maybe 2 times, and it was just small amounts that he did breast milk, where if it's formula, he'll throw up the entire batch, and but with the breast milk, I mean, he processes it very well. So the baby does code genetically for the breast milk. I don't know if I mentioned that in an earlier episode, but that's really important that the breast milk codes for the baby. So for example, if you get pregnant with a second baby and you start producing breast milk, the original baby, first baby, don't be surprised if that first baby doesn't want to breastfeed anymore, because the flavor and all the different DNA components, so nucleotides, if you will, base pairs, DNA to RNA to amino acids. If you know the sequence of the amino acids, you're going to know the shape of the protein, the function of the protein. So there's a lot that goes into it, when the baby's trying to code for the breast milk. But anyway, so I just wanted to put that out there, that if you can, stay away from formula, because there's no better gift you could give to your child than the breast milk that was coded specifically for his body.
Yes, absolutely. We do understand. Of course, it is hard for a lot of moms to produce it. I did watch a documentary when I was pregnant with Brick, where there were some moms that had a hard time, so they did have to supplement some formula in as well. So I guess I know there's different brands. And
I just wanted to mention, if you are in that position, I have great respect for you, and you have to do what you have to do. I'm just saying, idealistically, if you have a choice, make sure you choose breast milk. But like I said, great respect for anybody that has that challenge, because sometimes you're just put in that situation and that's your only option.
so thank you so much, guys, for listening and celebrating 4th day birthday with Brick. And we will definitely see you soon on his 5th day. So we'll catch up soon. Thank you.
And remember, no matter how different we may be, if we treat each other with respect, we can always be friends. Keep that in your heart and keep that in your mind, and we will see you tomorrow.